And we're live. Thanks for joining us today. Today I had immunotherapy. It was a pretty good day with the fast. Ended up getting really sick this afternoon and throwing up really hard. Immunotherapy gives me flu-like symptoms and bone and joint pain. So that's what I was fighting with all afternoon and tonight. Had ribeye fat cutoffs when I got home from immunotherapy at around 11. I had 2 cups of bone broth and butter during the day, and I had bone broth a plate full of ribeye cutoffs and pig fat belly fried. So that went pretty well. I was feeling terrible, so there's no way I was able to work out today. Usually immunotherapy messes up my GKI, so this is going to be fascinating to check the GKI today to see how it's doing, because usually it kicks me right out of ketosis, and usually my GKI goes to the roof. Last time I checked my GKI 3 weeks ago after immunotherapy, I actually recorded it, I believe, and it was like 18 or something was my GKI, and I had been eating and intermittent fasting. So anyhow, so my weight today, I did my weight. I was 128 pounds, so I'm down 1.4 pounds. So you take 1.4, 4 days in, divide it in, multiply it by 18, you get 6 pounds. I don't think I'll lose 6 pounds. The first 2 days I lost over a pound, or a pound approximately. The last 2 days I've lost much less. So I think I'm losing less weight as we go here. I am able to take in more animal fat. It's almost like my stomach's allowing it. I'm getting less heartburn now. If you want to do animal fat fasting, the bathroom runs might be bad for some people, not bad for me. So keep that in mind. The community also wanted to do a community fast, so I put a post out for Thursday. So if anybody wants to do any sort of fast, sardine fast, animal fat fast, water only fast, dry fast, all those things are welcome. Fasting is fasting as far as I can tell, and you're still going to get some or all the benefits, so it's still going to be good for you. So everybody join in, fast together. It's a great idea. All right, let's see here. Hopefully we can get some blood. No blood on the first pick. My fingers are too thick. Try a bit lower down here, maybe. That one, I felt it. No blood. Not getting any blood today. Weird. It might be from the immunotherapy. I'll try a different finger here. I'm gonna have to re-swab it. Dehydration, probably, my wife says. She's probably right. Immunotherapy, they did give me a half liter of blood today, though. All right, hopefully this one works. Yep, good one. And wipe it. We got a good one going here. All right, let's do some glucose here first. Went with the middle finger today. I usually do the middle finger. I've been doing the index finger to switch it up. Oh, shit. Come on. I just slipped and wiped the blood away. I always like to wipe it and then re-secrete it. 76 glucose. That's really good. And we'll get rid of that guy. 76 glucose. I'm actually surprised. It's usually spiked after immunotherapy. Fasting might really help with it. Fasting, I think, did reduce my symptoms a little bit. It's hard to tell just one time. Ketones. .3. Oh my god, my GKI is going to be under 1, even with the immunotherapy. Wow. The cancer hates me right now, guys. This is an amazing read. I'm actually thrilled. I thought, like I said, usually it messes me up doing my immunotherapy. Let's see what the GKI is. That's amazing. I'm gonna break one. Professor Seafried says less between 1 and 2, but we're getting into like extreme ketosis and like GKI. This is really, really good. Come on, just sync up here. Syncing with meter, syncing with meter. Let's come on, we need the GKI 76 and 4.3. That is gonna be under 1 GKI. Oh, look at that. 0.9. I don't know how to get that straight. There we go. 0.9 GKI, 76 glucose, 4.3 ketones. If you have cancer and you're struggling to get your GKI in order and you're struggling with your weight, I've only lost a pound. This is the way to go. Pound 0.4. Not even a pound and a half. Today's day 4 and I have a GKI like that. I've never been able to get my GKI below 3 without fasting. This is amazing. I'm thrilled. It's very impressive. Thank you, TB. I'm thrilled. Yeah, that like it must be the animal fat just turning to ketones. It must be my body just when you eat it, it must do something to increase your ketones. I don't know how else this would happen. Like to get ketones this high this quick is quite amazing. I've never been able to do this. Yeah, it's a call-in show. There's a call-in link in the description if anybody wants to call in and chat. Let's go for it. Good morning from the UK. What time is it in the UK? It must be like midnight. Well done results. Amazing. Thank you. Can be better possible. Vitamin C be okay for fasting? I don't know vitamin C. I've never done high dose vitamin C. I looked into it a few times. The one naturopath was willing to do it, but he wanted me to get a brain MRI done because he said that vitamin C would swell a tumor in the brain. Right before my surgery, I had a PET scan and they checked my brain. My brain was clear. So I should actually go back and inquire about high dose vitamin C. I'm gonna actually go do hyperbaric oxygen with my GKI being like this. I might have to do it next week. Hi, how are you, Jane? You having a good night? I'm having a great night. My GKI is killing it. So yeah, so vitamin C might be okay. Like high dose vitamin C is definitely good for cancer. I looked into it a long time ago. I don't remember all the details, but yeah, you have to take it intravenously to do high dose. If you eat it, your body won't absorb it. So to do proper high dose vitamin C, it's got to be intravenous. 1:30 a.m. in the UK. Can't sleep, recovering from nasty cold. Oh, I hope you feel better. 1:30 a.m. I'm glad you could join us. That's the good news, but I'm sorry about that cold. Hopefully you bounce back quick. I don't know if you have any ivermectin, but the good old COVID cure everything, but it does work for colds and things. Silver, I take silver and I take a lot of vitamin D, like 20,000 IUs of vitamin D. That always helps a lot. Anyways, yeah, load up on that stuff and hopefully you can kick the cold real quick. Hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah, so again, just to repeat here, there's more people have joined us. Thanks for joining us. Community fast on Thursday. I think that'd be sweet. Does anybody want to call in? Let's have a caller. Call in. It's no problem. The link's in the description. It'll just be you and me chatting. And anybody interested? Thank you. I need to chat with my naturopath about ivermectin. I'm taking 5 grams vitamin C. Yeah, naturopaths. I had a naturopath actually give me a dose of ivermectin back a while ago, but it was mixed into a medicine dropper and you rub it on your skin. So like if you had like a throat infection, you would rub it on your throat. It absorbs through the skin differently when you're sick, they said. Yeah, definitely orally is better for cancer. Interesting on ivermectin. I got a really cool pharmacist at the oncology unit, and I did my blood work today and yesterday because I had the flashing lights. It still was here this morning and a terrible headache. Definitely, I think it was from the ivermectin. So when they did my blood work, my white blood cells were extremely low and they were all worried. So then when the nurses and doctors went away, I went and talked to the cool pharmacist and said, hey man, I took this much ivermectin and now my white blood cell count's extremely low and they were worried about it. I also had these side effects. Would this be from the ivermectin? He actually looked it up for me and looked into it for me. And it was and that is a side effect. Ivermectin at low doses can drop white blood cell count. And at the dose that I was on, he figured that was definitely, and I believe him, and that was the blood work. So it adds up. So that was a high dose ivermectin. Again, it's a safe drug, no serious side effects or anything. But yeah, it's something that if you want to take, I can share the protocol that I was following. I'm gonna back off next time I take it just to be a little safer because those visuals and headache were terrible, and then seeing my white blood cell count drop that much is a little worrisome. So I'll probably go back to a slightly smaller dose of ivermectin. Tomorrow, it's 3 days a week is when I'm supposed to take it as high dose. I think I'll take tomorrow off too. I want to get my methylene blue in me because I didn't take it with the ivermectin. I was advised DSMA and chlorine dioxide solution from a naturopath. I'm restarting my fast today with butter and bone broth. Good luck. Yeah, keep us posted. Butter and bone broth fasting to join us. That's awesome, Edna. Advised DSMA and chlorine dioxide. Yeah, I'm actually looking at buying some right now. $400 a bottle for the one I want, so it's quite expensive. But yeah, there's some pretty promising stuff on chlorine. I think it was chlorine dioxide. Let me double check. There's so many names, and I don't want to just jump into everything right away. Adding and subtracting the different off-label drugs, you got to be careful. Sodium chloractate is the one I'm looking. DCA capsules. I'll put it up to the camera. It's $400. I hope it focuses. Come on, focus. So that's the one I was looking at taking. I think it's maybe different. So I'm not going to do it right away. I got so much stuff going on in my protocol right now. Like, one thing about your protocol is you got to be selective on what you're taking. Yeah, we'll be having dinner together. When you're anybody want to call in, call in. The link's in the description. Don't be shy. It's just you and me on the screen. You don't even know that there's other people watching. But yeah, anyways, like I was saying about your protocol, you really got to know it. You got to know everything you're taking. Take your time in choosing what you add and subtract, and really do your research and make sure, and just something you believe in and something that calls to you. My naturopath is an author. I will email you her name. Yeah, do that. Email me her name. No, it's not ivermectin. It's it gets oxygen to the cell. Sodium. When you email me, I'll email you back a video on it. A couple. I got about three videos I've been watching on it, and I've read a little bit. Subscriber sent it to me, and so I went on a tear today reading into that one. It's so hard because there's so many supplements you can take. So, yeah, like I said, you read through them all and just really pick the ones you think you believe in are going to give you the best benefits, I guess. Right now, my list is so long of things that I'm taking. So it gets hard. And then some of the pills trying to choke them down, they're like horse pills. I choked on one the other day and my throat hurt for half a day. So you have to be careful on selecting exactly what you want to add and subtract from your protocol. Really get to know it well. I can't say that enough. And make sure it's safe. Like something as simple as aspirin right now that I want to be taking. Well, I basically have an empty stomach all the time. So you don't want to take it on an empty stomach. It can cause stomach ulcers and bleeding, especially after an esophagectomy. Actually, esophagectomy, I've been getting some messages from a few other people talking about permanent complications from their esophagectomies. I'd like to go into that a little more in detail because I'm having a lot of complications as well. Surgery is giving me more problems than the actual cancer at this point. Pylorus muscle, and every time you eat, you got to lay in bed, you feel nauseous, you get hot and sweaty and clammy. Anyways, if anybody else out there is listening and watching this that's had an esophagectomy, please contact me. I'd like to do some more content on surgery. And it doesn't have to be just esophagectomies for cancer, just preparing for surgery. I'm taking a bunch of supplements, vitamin B12 injections because of fatigue and mitochondrial issues. So vitamin B, there's some vitamin Bs that spike glucose. I know for sure vitamin B3, which is niacin, definitely spikes glucose. I don't know about B12. Reading the B12 and glucose. If vitamin B12 spikes, a bunch of the vitamin Bs do. So I'm very careful with vitamin Bs. There's a lot of benefits from some of the vitamin Bs. Like niacin is really good in working with neuropathy, but I won't take it even though I have neuropathy just because you get huge glucose spikes. It's really bad for cancer. I don't know about B12. I honestly can't say. But yeah, I'm looking at hyperbaric chamber with my GKI being this good. I wasn't able to maintain a GKI before below 2, so I never really pushed for hyperbaric oxygen, but I'm going to now, especially now I'm at 0.9 GKI. That's just unbelievable. So yeah, hyperbaric oxygen is really good. I actually stopped niacin because I left weird. Yeah, I don't know. I've never taken it. I'm glad you stopped taking it. Niacin is very bad if you have cancer. And huge glucose spikes and it grows your cancer. So yeah, definitely, niacin's definitely a no-go. Vitamin B12, I don't know. You'll have to read into it more. Everything you take, you really got to look into. There's positive benefits of all these things, but there can be negative side effects. And the big thing with cancer is GKI and watching your glucose. And again, even though they may say it's not going to spike your glucose, you still got to check your GKI before you take it and after you take it when you add or subtract these different things, because you just don't know what's going to happen. Does anybody else have any questions? This is pretty exciting. Really sick GKI. I can't believe it's down to 0.9 4 days in. That's just unbelievable. Cancer's hating me. I love it. Below 2, cancer can't survive very well at 0.9. I mean, cancer's dying for energy right now. It's dying off. I know it is. Glutamine's the one thing that everybody always refers back to. How do you block glutamine, this and that? And yeah, no, they're right. Glutamine's tough. I do exercise while fasting that really drops glutamine. There's things like fenbendazole and interrupted that I take regularly. I took fenbendazole twice today so far. No, I took it once. I was really nauseous for lunchtime and in the afternoon throwing up, so I couldn't take my middle of the day drug. So I didn't take berberine. I didn't take my fenbendazole. I didn't take what else did I take at lunchtime? I had a bunch that I take at lunch like 3 times a day. So I didn't take those lunchtime drugs because I was throwing up. So there's no from my immune therapy. I'm gonna take them tonight, so I'll get fenbendazole on me twice. I have a growth in my throat with loads of issues, lost voice, lost 20 kilograms. I've been on a waiting list for a long time, so started carnivore 5 months. Yeah, I honestly feel for you. My tumor is down low, in my esophagus where it goes into my stomach. It was 6.5 centimeters, and so I was choking on food and everything. Yours is up in your throat, so it's probably different issues altogether. They're not two in the same, but man, my heart goes out to you, Edna, because cancer in the esophagus or the throat, same thing. It's a horrible place to have cancer. Losing the weight, yeah, I lost 40 pounds. Vomiting every meal, choking on it, and throwing up from down low in my esophagus. Like it was like I would choke and then my body would naturally throw up my whole meal. This went on for a year. I honestly feel for you. I'm sorry to anybody who has to deal with this. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemies, but you're doing everything you can. You're going on a carnivore diet. I had my surgery. They said there's no chance of surgery. I had surgery. I want to say I was lucky enough to have surgery because I got it out of me, but I am having complications from the surgery, but they're much less than dealing with the tumor. So I don't know if surgery is an option for you, but I don't know, something to think long and hard about. Like I jumped as soon as they said yes. Like I ran and I was running out the door. I knew the risks. They told me the risks, but I just wanted to eat again without vomiting every meal. But I really feel for you. Well, I think that's about it today, guys. Girls, ladies and gentlemen. GKI at 0.9 is thrilling. Ketones up again to 4.3. Again, I'm only down 1.4 pounds. Do you do sauna? I've been doing. No, I haven't done sauna, but it's something that's on the list. I was considering buying a steam sauna. They're only like $400, but I can't really afford it right now. And if I'm going to spend money right now in this sort of GKI, I'm going to do hyperbaric oxygen because my GKI is so good. Hyperbaric oxygen in this state, cancer just dies. It can't live in that environment. It hates it. So I called today to book a hyperbaric oxygen session. I left a message. Hopefully they get back to me tomorrow and I can get a couple booked. I'd like to do 1 or 2 next week if I can. It's like a 2-hour drive from my house, so it's a lot of work. It's another great day, Jane. Thank you. Thank you. I know. And yeah, so if I keep this up at this weight loss, that's 6 pounds in over 18 days. My goal is to lose less than 5. But again, I dropped way more weight the first day than I did the second day. Yeah, if you just go on your phone, you can probably find it's everywhere. Just at any wellness center, they do hyperbaric oxygen. It's awesome, but you really need to be in a GKI state below 2 GKI for it to really work. And if I'm at 0.9, or if I can keep going and get that, I could never dream before of getting GKI below 1. And it seems like every day that I'm doing this animal fat fasting, it seems like the liver and the body is taking the fat I'm eating and just pumping out ketones. It's extremely successful. I'm just absolutely impressed. I couldn't have done this before without the animal fat. So yeah, and get some hyperbaric oxygen in there. I think this cancer is going to just go away. Like it instantly dies. It does not like that oxygen especially when it has no energy source. So all right, guys. I was meant to ask GKIs. It's the Keto Mojo. So if you look back in my other videos, I have a full video on it, the Keto Mojo meter. I have a full-on video on it in my video section on my YouTube page. That'll explain how to use it. I explain how to use it. You can't get it in Canada. If you can't get a Keto Mojo meter, what you can do in the UK, there's something called the Libre 4, Libre Libre 4. It's a constant glucose monitor. And it also does constant ketone monitoring. I'm not sure it's as accurate as the Keto Mojo meter where it gets it right from your blood. Some people say it's in the whatchamacallit tissue, so it's not quite the same. But if you were to buy that meter, it gives you glucose and ketones. And you could probably find, but I'd look up for the formula first for GKI, make sure you have the formula. And you could probably constantly be monitoring it and just do a quick like division or whatever, divide it. I'm not exactly sure what the formula is, and get a quick GKI reading. I'm not sure it's as accurate as the Keto Mojo meter, but it's probably pretty darn close. There's probably a lot of debate on that. A bunch of people said that the constant glucose monitors aren't as good, and they could be right. I was interested in one. I haven't gone all in on researching and purchasing one, but I'm just very interested in getting a constant glucose monitor. A bunch of other people I know with cancer have one, and they really like it because when they do certain things or eating certain things and you get that glucose spike, they can see it instantly, which helps them in monitoring what they can or can't do or eat for monitoring their glucose. So yeah, try that. Libre 4 Libre in the UK. It does ketones and glucose if you can't get the Keto Mojo meter. But this is the Keto Mojo meter. This is what I use every day when I do these videos. I couldn't get it in Canada. I had to get my Uncle Jim from the States to bring one up for me. I've heard not as good of accurate as yours. Yeah, that's what I hear too. And we'll look into it. Thank you so much. No, ask away. That's why we're here. That's why I'm doing these lives. Honestly, I don't feel bad at all. feel free to call in too and ask questions. That's why it's a call-in link. Be really cool if you called in and asked more questions, or you could talk more maybe next time. Yeah, Jane, I heard the same thing. So I don't know. The idea of the constant monitoring of glucose though is really, really intriguing, because at least you get that instant, oh, this is driving my glucose up or down. Even if it's not as accurate, at least you're getting that constant monitoring. And in the UK, like I said, you can get ketones on the Libre for it and glucose. It doesn't do GKI, but I'm sure you could find the formula online to figure out GKI. So, because once you have your ketones and your glucose, it's just a formula. So that would probably work well. All right, guys, let's close this thing up. Unless somebody wants to call in, just call in, and if not next time, like, I'm gonna try to do these regularly. Oh, I can click the comments. Look at this. Show, and I can show them on screen. Wow, I just learned something new. That's cool. Sorry guys, I'm just playing with this. I didn't know I could do that. When I click the comments, they go on screen. Wow, that's amazing. Hopefully next time I will call in. Absolutely call in next time. That'd be awesome. Please do. I'm really encouraging. I thought the hiker was gonna call in, but I'm not sure if she's here. But yeah, please do call in. That would be really fun. All right, guys, it's another good day. The GKI's up, or down, down's good. Ketones are an all-time high. Keto Mojo has the GKI online. You don't need to have the meter to use it. There you go, Edna. So if you had your ketone levels and if you had your glucose levels, you can go to the Mojo website and it'll calculate it for you. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Thanks, Leah, for sharing that. That's amazing. That's awesome. I feel like there's a delay by about 15 seconds from YouTube to here. So that I don't know if there's any comments coming in. Rest well. Thank you, Jane. I will. You guys as well. And again, everybody that's reaching out, I'm praying for you guys. Reach out if you guys need any help or have any questions. And everybody rest well as well. Thanks, Jane. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.